Jorge Masvidal has arrived. Nate Diaz is right on his way.
Brad, baby! What up, baby? Miami, make some noise for Masvidal! Game Brad, baby, let's go!
And the tour I wanted to come to, you know? Let's fucking go, man.
They bringing belts out.
Dade County, let's go.
Dade County, where
the
you
fucking
at?
gunshots at, man? What the fuck? Send some coffee to everybody. Let's wake the fuck up, man. It's Dade County. Let's welcome this motherfucker over here, man. Dade fucking County style, man.
Hey!
Some rowdy motherfuckers over here, huh? Let's go.
All right, tell us about that BMF title. What does that mean to you?
Shit, means a lot, brother. It means a lot, you know. I went into that reality show, as a lot of you know, and I was away from my family, friends, no music, no TV, nothing, and something kept coming to my head, you know. And when you spend enough alone time with yourself, you could really hear those voices inside of you that guide you to do either better or bad. And I kept hearing that voice, and that voice kept telling me, come back to fighting, man. It's still ain't enough. I had 16 years of data that I was able to process, reverse engineer, and come up with a game plan. And that game plan was to go and get this bad boy right here. As soon as I came out of that show, became Fight of the Year, Knockout of the Year, fastest knockout in history, along with this belt. So this belt shows that if you get after it, no matter who the fuck you are, you can get it done. You know, you just got to put the bullshit aside and get to it, you know? For you. I got you after, brother.
Jorge, so many of your
Let
fans...
him come up right now, get a pen and get it done. We got a marker.
Game Bread! Who's got a marker? Yeah, I need a marker.
I know what y'all thinking. Damn, I got some really nice handwriting, huh?
Jorge, a lot of fans, I wonder, were here for last April when we thought it was the end of the combat career for you, when you had your final UFC fight. How does it feel, though, to dip your toes into the promotion game, which you've had a great start, but get that itch to get back in there into the fight game and to be in a city like this, your hometown, to be able to hype such a big event against Nate Diaz?
I owe it to this motherfucking city more than any other place in the world to go out with a W, and several of them, you know? So ain't no way, you know? I started my career here, so I kind of finished it here because there was a lot of outside distractions, a lot of things outside of my control, and fuck, man, all I can say is I'm in a really good place now, and I got to come back and get several W's for this fucking city right here. Do or die.
Where's your boy Nate Diaz?
I don't know. I heard he might not show up, man. Hey, fuck it. We'll throw a party, just us, man. Send all these motherfuckers drinks. Who's got the tab? Who's the tab on? Fan meal? Send them all drinks. Let's fucking go.
You're footing the bill, right? You're footing the bill on that one, right?
Shit. They said if I'm fronting the bill. What do you guys think, huh? It's on Nate's ass, man. Double the shots. Let's fucking go, man. Dade County. It's Dade County.
Jorge, Nate will be here in a second, but you have shared the octagon with him for 3 rounds. You're scheduled for 10 rounds in this rematch in the boxing ring. What can you say about your opponent? What does he bring to the table?
You know, I respect anybody that's, besides one motherfucker that homeboy already mentioned his name, everybody else that I've ever entered the cage with, I respect them, you know, because I know how they earn a living. and then damn right. And they know how I earn a living, you know. So I respect every individual that gets in the cage. I respect Nate a little bit more because he's got a similar upbringing, hell of a fighter, and he's always put it all on the line. He's not the best athlete, but damn, he's got one fucking hell of a spirit to fight, you know. All that being said, I'm gonna smoke his ass, bro, because that's what I signed up for. I didn't come into the sport to take pictures with people, to eat salads, to wake up early in the morning, go for runs. I signed up to the sport to separate myself as much as I can from the next man. And you're talking about basketball, it's one team putting 50 points on the other team. If you're talking about MMA or combat, you're putting the lights out on that person. So there's no questions about this or that, you know? Damn right.
What's the fight time?
Hialeah, que hola, Hialeah. Hey, man, tú hablas español, bro. You're in Miami, man. Tú le has dicho a la gente que hola, hola, ¿cómo están todos? Un cafecito para toda mi gente. Dile algo a la gente, bro.
I only speak gringo. I'm sorry about that, Jorge.
We're going to need a Spanish speaker up here shortly. Don't worry, we're going to get one. 305.
Jorge, this is the city that made you. What is the fight culture like in this city?
The fight culture here is ever evolving. When I first started out, I was one of the few MMA dudes to really put Miami on the map. But as far as fighting, though, that's an MMA. As far as boxing and stuff like that, we've always had a great culture. A lot of great athletes from South America, Central America, and Cuba, Puerto Rico have called this their home and made a lot of their camps here. Muhammad Ali used to make his camps here. So Kimbo Slice, one of the fucking baddest motherfuckers that ever lived, you know. Straight from here, from P. Ryan, from Ghouls, Dade County as it gets, you know, and he's the one that put me on the platform. Let me fight in his backyard, let me get millions of views when he didn't have to do that. You know, he just liked my style and he wanted to give me a shot, so fucking ever thankful, you know?
You know, it's interesting. Kimbo's such a combat sports legend representing Miami, as you mentioned. What do you think his opinion would be of the breakout success you've had in recent years, and you bringing a tour like this to Miami to be fighting another BMF type guy like Nate Diaz a second time?
He told me something like, Ponytail, go get that bread.
Well, this is, of course, a rematch, and you captured that title back at UFC 244. A little bit of an early stoppage, maybe, at least from the Diaz camp, but when you look back at that great event and the rivalry that began that night, what did you prove in the cage that night against Nate Diaz?
My boy just answered the question, man. You know, it's not my call, right? It's not like the medical professional that went to school to be a doctor comes up to me and goes, hey, you think I should stop the fight? I ain't got nothing to do with them stopping and letting it go. If it's up to me, I go out of my shield or he goes out in the shield. And there's only one way to do it, especially when you're competing for one of these bad boys, not the Hugging Fest championships. You know, if you're competing for a BMF belt, it's got to end like that one did or the Max Holloway fight did. You got to go for it all, you know? Yeah, props to Max Holloway, man. That's one of the greatest fights I've ever seen in my fucking life, man. So that's just the way it is, you know? It's you got to be violent in there.
So it's about that time. Jorge Masvidal's here. Nate Diaz pulling up. June 1st. June 1st, the last man standing. Shout to Fambio. Jorge Masvidal, Nate Diaz. Pay-per-view June 1st, baby. Let's go. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Ya tú sabes, hermano.
We got the
Violencia. Violencia. Un hombre muerto caminando. El tipo ni habla español. Un hombre muerto caminando. Mírenlo bien porque va a morir.
Dade County, where you at? Dade County, Hey! Nate Diaz in the building! We out here, baby. What's up?
Nate Diaz, welcome to Miami, sir.
Thank you.
going to speak again with both main eventers in a second, but this fantastic card, Saturday, June 1st, has already had some very exciting featured preliminary bouts announced. And one of those that will be in chief support of the main event will feature former UFC lightweight champion Anthony Perez against that gentleman on the end of the table representing Stockton, California, an MMA veteran of 17 pro fights who's put together a 5-1 pro boxing record, including a 5-fight win streak, Chris Avila. And Chris, it's a big opportunity for you as well. Put that 5-fight win streak on the line in boxing against Anthony Perez. What does this fight, this opportunity mean to this new combat turn you've made into boxing?
It's good. I'm coming here to represent my team and put it down and get the victory. It's good.
Well, speaking of that victory, Chris, how do you beat Anthony Perez on June 1st?
Let my boxing skills do its thing, and yeah, it's good. I'll do my thing.
Best of luck to you, Chris, for sure. Our teams have been assembled
Fuck
here,
you.
representing, of course, Team Jorge Masvidal, a well-known Las Vegas-based boxing trainer who's worked with some of the biggest names in boxing and mixed martial arts, from heavyweight champions like Tyson Fury and Andy Ruiz to UFC champion Brandon Moreno. Jorge Capetillo representing Team Masvidal.
Oye, un latino como los otros, so pongan sus manos duras y fuertes porque este hombre trabaja durísimo, coño. Recíbanlo con amor, coño. Pinga, ahí, dale.
Coach Capetillo, Jorge's been putting in the work the last 4 months in Las Vegas to prepare for this fight. How hungry is this man to make the same kind of noise in a boxing ring that he's done for decades in MMA?
Oh, 100%. He's a man that day by day wants to improve, wants to develop, and he puts his heart, his passion, always putting all this ethic, all his passion to develop on the boxing so he can display and perform in a fashion way in June 1st.
And next to you, of course, a man known in MMA circles for a long time as the striking coach at the world-famous American Top Team Gym in South Florida.
Put your hands together.
How about put it together for
El tipo que me enseñó la
Paulino
rodilla. El
Hernandez?
tipo que me enseñó todo lo que sé.
And if we can get Coach Capetillo to translate once more for Coach Hernandez.
We don't need translation in Miami, man.
You've worked with Jorge for a long time. What makes this man such a dangerous striker that crosses any combat barrier? Backyards, MMA, and boxing.
Primeramente, déjame darle un saludo a la comunidad cubana que se encuentra aquí. Nosotros representamos a la comunidad cubana de Patria y Vida y abajo el comunismo y no a la dictadura castrista. Cambiando de tema, hablando ya de la cosa del deporte, el Jorge es una persona que tiene, cuando entrena, tiene instintos de técnicas de buscar el knockout. Entonces, él siempre entrena, prepara las acciones para poder utilizar golpes donde termina el oponente. Creo que esa es su mayor virtud.
Jorge is a dangerous fighter. He's a man that always is looking to hurt his opponent. And when he sees blood, he's ready to kill.
Indeed. Thank you so much to Team Masvidal. And of course, in the corner of Nate Diaz, his longtime boxing trainer, well known in Northern California boxing circles, working with many world title contenders, put it together for Mr. Richard Perez. Coach Perez, Nate called you the real BMF. You've worked with him since he was a teenager walking into your gym. Please speak about the evolution of Nate Diaz as a striker to the combat sports icon that he is today.
When I first met Nate, he would spar with everybody. And he'd say, Richard, come watch me. What's the fuck with this guy? Be a heavyweight. And I said, wow, this guy's tough. He would go out there and just throw down and beat him up. And I said, this guy's got a lot of skills here. I'm gonna train him. So that's how I got started with him. He's a bad dude, believe me.
Coach Perez, what type of fight are you expecting as the coach of Nate Diaz against Jorge Masvidal? What type of fight are you expecting?
Well, Jorge, I give him a C average. I mean, he doesn't really box. You know, he learned in the backyard, you know, boxing, and Nathan didn't. Nathan learned in real boxing. So that's the way I see it.
Some real words right there. Before we hear from the main eventers, I want to recognize the gentleman responsible for putting this great tour and fight together. He's the CEO of FanMio, Mr. Solomon Angle. And now our main eventers. Known for his relentless pursuit of violence, representing proudly his native Miami, this man reached superstardom in 2019, becoming the Consensus Fighter of the Year, scoring the fastest knockout in UFC history. And against Nate Diaz in November of 2019, capturing right there that BMF inaugural championship. He also is 1-0 in his own professional boxing career as he enters his second fight. Jorge Masvidal. Jorge, rivalries come in different packages, sizes, and attitudes and temperatures. How would you describe this rivalry that you're in the midst of with Nate Diaz?
I let my people answer. You heard him right there. Like I said before, I got a lot of respect for Nate for what he's done in his career. Very similar upbringing, but that don't mean shit when we step into the cage or the boxing ring, whatever it is. I'm only trying to do one thing, and that's end the motherfucker, and that's all I'm going to be doing come June 1st, you know, is put an end to this rivalry. Yes, sir. You got it, my brother.
And of course, across from him on June 1st, will be a combat sports icon. All I have to say is the 209 of Stockton, California, and people know what you're talking about. Along with older brother Nick, they've developed a swagger and a style that is often imitated but never duplicated. A man who himself became a household name in combat sports circles and beyond with a pair of record-breaking pay-per-view events in 2016 against Conor McGregor, becoming the first man to defeat Conor when he tapped him out at UFC 196. He made his own foray into pro boxing last year, going 10 hard rounds with Jake Paul, and really has been a regular in boxing circles for years, sparring with so many world champions and Hall of Famers like the great Andre Ward. So Nate Diaz, we are here for part 2 of this rivalry. So when you look back at part 1, UFC 244, what are your memories, what are your recollections of what went down that night for the BMF belt?
He won, but I'm back for more, so that's what's popping.
Do you still hold a competitive grudge at that fight being stopped because of the cut over your eye?
Nah, it's a different fight. I'm here for a new fight. I'm here for a boxing match, and that's what it's going to be, and I'm here to win, and that's what I came for.
Nate, we were in New York last night. It felt like a Nate Diaz crowd. Now you're in the backyard of Jorge Masvidal. How have you found Miami so far? Is Miami your type of town?
Yeah, it's dope here.
Jorge, that fight was stopped early 5 years ago, as we mentioned. What would have happened if that fight went on a couple more rounds?
My boy's a truth teller over there. You saying it stopped it early. In my opinion, that medical professional did his job, you know. It ain't my fucking job to call fights. It's my job to throw as much heat as I can until somebody sees it too damn much, you know. So in my book, was it stopped early? Hell no. Would I have liked it to continue? Hell yeah, because I'm a fighter, I'm a dog. And I want that dog in front of me not breathing after we're done competing, you know. But no way, shape, or form was it stopped early, you know. And like we said earlier, for la raza, para toda mi gente latina, let's go.
Jorge, you're a two-time UFC title challenger, the inaugural BMF champion. But if you score a second victory over a legend like Nate Diaz on June 1st, What would that mean to your career?
Definitely mean a lot, man. Nate's done a lot of great shit in his career, and my favorite thing about him is that he's a warrior, that he goes out there and he fucking puts it all on the line every time. I don't think he's the best athlete. I don't think he's the best technical guy, but he's one of the biggest dogs that ever stepped in the cage, and it's definitely a badge of honor to take somebody on like that that's willing to put it on the line. That being said, like I always say, I'm getting my hand raised June 1st. Yes, sir.
Nate, Jorge had a lot of words this week about the negotiations, the behind the scenes. He claims you turned down fighting here in Miami. Is there any truth to that?
I was down for wherever, but I said I'd rather fight in Cali, and they made it happen in Cali, so that's what happened.
You expect to have a home crowd advantage come June 1st?
I don't give a fuck about that. Well, all I know is that Masvidal's been fighting a long time. I was ready to fight him wherever, and he was the biggest opportunity in the game, and they ran.
When Jorge spoke this week, Nate, about your first meeting, he said what he proved was that he was the superior athlete and the meaner of the two fighters. Do you have any response to that?
I agree. He's mean as fuck. I don't give a fuck, though.
Now, Jorge, Nate's visiting your hometown today. Not that long ago, you stopped by Stockton, California, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to
Exactly.
Lumberjacks. What did you make of Nate's home area?
Great place, you know, it's pretty cool. Got some great food. People were cool as fuck. Everywhere I went, everybody was showing me love. La Raza was out there as well, all my Latin people, so they treated me well out there, man, I can't lie.
All right. Let's talk about this fight. 10 rounds. Your second pro boxing match. What's the biggest challenge that you expect in boxing against Nate Diaz?
Well, I'm pretty known for throwing like some violent ass knees, and I can't do that in boxing. And I'm also known for like kicking pretty good, and I can't do that in boxing. So, you know, that being said, I love to throw the hands as well. I don't really see it as a challenge. I just see it more as, fuck, let's get to it, you know? It's not a challenge. It's something that I love to do. I love to compete in combat.
Nate, over to you. Boxing can be a technical affair. It can certainly be a savage war at times. What type of fight are you expecting in this rematch against Jorge Masvidal?
I expect him to do what he's got to do. He's got a coach over there, and he's doing what he should be doing, and I'm doing the same thing. But I've been doing this the whole time, so we'll see how it goes.
When you go on a media tour like this, Nate, you might get sick of seeing the same face over and over again, whether it's mine or anybody, but how has it been going with Jorge? Has anything he said gotten under your skin? Nothing, Nate? Nah, we'll move on. Jorge, when we mentioned that stoppage, the scar tissue over the eye, do you expect that to be something you're shooting for in this rematch? Cutting Nate, I've heard something about an orbital bone in your prediction in the build to this.
You know, if it's up to me, nah, I don't want no cuts because then that means another man makes a decision, you know. I want to take the judges out of it. I want to take the fucking referee out of it, the doctors out of it. And I wanted to leave it up to these bad boys right here and get it done. Dade County, Kimbo Slice style, you know. Get this bread while I'm in there. Knock them dead. You see, this is the environment I come from, man. They only want thing. They don't want no fucking boxing match or no hugging fest. They want fucking war. They want violence, man.
Let's take some questions from the media members in attendance. Please identify yourself.
Knock them dead. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go.
Jorge,
What's your name, brother?
Jorge Ebro from the Miami Herald.
Un perro el tipo.
Jorge Ebro from the Miami Herald. First for Nate.
Que hola, hermano, ¿cómo estás?
One time, mano. Nate, you fought Jake Paul. Did you expect Jorge be more difficult than Jake Paul?
Fuck Jake Paul.
I expect a way tougher fight, 100%.
And Jorge, you have two great minds by your side, Jorge Capetillo and Paulino. What it means to have these two masters striking with you in your corner?
Di la parte última que no te escuché.
¿Qué significa para ti tener dos monstruos del striking como Capetillo y Paulino?
Wow, entre cada uno nomás hay tantos años de experiencia. Capetillo tiene 80 años de experiencia en él, con sus tíos, sus abuelos, toda su familia es boxeo y va a seguir. Sus hijos son todos entrenadores y competidores. Con Paulino Hernández he estado mi carrera entera, 16 años, y nadie me conoce mejor que él. Entre los dos hacen el game plan para yo matar a alguien.
Can we get a quick translation, Jorge?
Quick translation. We're ready to kill somebody. That's it. We're ready to put it all on the line and get to work.
All right, this is for Nate. Nate, you just did 10 rounds of boxing a couple months ago. Do you think that gives you more experience in the boxing ring against Jorge? You just did 10 rounds of boxing a couple months ago. You think that experience gives you more experience against Jorge?
I think his experience is as it comes, so I'm ready for what he got, and then that helped a lot for sure.
Jorge, you saw Nate's fight of his boxing. Jorge, you saw
man.
Nate's boxing match. What did
You
you
gotta
think
speak up, man. He in Dade County, but I can't hear you, man. Speak up, man.
Yeah. You saw Nate's boxing match. What did you think of his boxing match, and how do you think your boxing skills match up against his?
I can't hear nothing he's saying, but I swear.
Jorge, he said,
he's too rowdy, man.
he said, how did you think Nate's boxing skills matched up with Jake Paul in their fight last summer?
Like I said, I didn't feel that from athlete to athlete, Nate was in the greatest shape of his life, in the best shape of his life. I don't blame him. Like I said, I wouldn't take Jake too seriously either. This is a kid that made his name on Vine, swallowing bananas and shit like that. So I don't really know. You know, I don't want to judge him off that performance because I'm judging him off what he's done his whole fucking career aside from that boxing match. So I'm ready to throw down.
Andrew, we're clocked and loaded. Nate, I got one question for you. Who's the dopest?
You already know who the dopest is. Right here, baby.
Let's
West
go.
Side.
Yo, one more. How do you see this fight going with Masvidal?
June 1st, we're going to come see what's happening. I'm here to win, though, for sure, 100%.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, fellas, let's wrap it up with this. Come June 1st, prediction time. Jorge, how does this fight end?
Violence, man. Nothing but violence. I gotta give my people what they want, brother. They only want one thing. They don't want no hugging. They don't want no point fighting shit. None of that karate stuff. No jiu-jitsu. They just want violence. And that's all I'm here to give, brother. What I've always been known throughout my career, delivering the violence. Dade County style with a lot of swag and a lot of violence, man.
Nate, same question goes over to you. How does this fight end?
Hey, if the last fight would have continued and this was for land, this would be my city, Minnetonka West Side. Fuck all y'all. What's up?
Nate, one question, please.
I thought we were done.
Don't go away, Nate. Stay for one or two questions.
It's the Florida Goons is out tonight, man.
This is a rough crowd, isn't it, Nate?
Go ahead.
First up, I wanted to thank you for taking the time to interview with us today. I wanted to wish you you can't hear me? I wanted to wish you okay. Nate Diaz, your birthday was yesterday. Did you do anything special to celebrate it? Can you not hear me?
Yeah, I came here, ready to whip ass. West Side, motherfuckers. What's up?
Wait, one more, please.
Go ahead, one more question here. Go ahead.
Nate, have you ever thought about giving bare knuckle boxing a try? Have you ever thought about giving bare knuckle boxing a try?
Nah, I'm an athlete. I'm here for the sport. I'm good off bare knuckle.
Thank you, gentlemen. If we could face off in the front here.
209, motherfuckers.
Hey, any of you motherfuckers want a picture? I got you, man. It's Dade County. Let's go. Let's just line up, orderly fashion, have them phones ready to go. This is my city, man. I love you motherfuckers. Let's go.